What's going on, guys? Brawless here, and I wanted to talk to you about this game called Narita Boy. I was sifting through all the shit games on Game Pass, and then I came across this game called Narita Boy. Now, myself, I'm a sucker for retro wave style 80s games and TV shows, things like that kind of have that dark new wave Blade Runner type vibe. You know, games like Cyberpunk. No, God! Except the good news is that this game isn't a colossal disappointment. This one kind of came out of nowhere. This one was developed by a small studio called Studio Koba. It's a Hispanic studio, and it's published by Team 17, which we all know and love from games like Overcooked, Neon Abyss, the Worms series, etc., etc. These guys just put out nothing but bangers. Anyway, so their latest release, Narita Boy, on March 31st, was for Nintendo Switch, was for PS and Xbox. Basically Microsoft Windows, anything. You can get it anywhere. Now, obviously, for me, I love to sift through Game Pass and find those little hidden gems. So I came across this game and it tickled my fancy. Now, when I fired it up, I was like, oh, it's just, you know, it's another 2D side scroller with a retro wave coat of paint, metroidvania style. It's not going to be anything that great. And at first, I wasn't super impressed. Now, I'm only showing you guys about 4 minutes of looped gameplay footage, depending on how long this video is and how long I decide to talk. Because I don't want to spoil the game, because it is a shorter game. It's between 6 to 8 hours, I would say, to beat, depending on how you play through it, if you want to collect all the floppy disks and find all the secrets and everything like that. So I'm not going to show you guys too much because I don't want to spoil it. But the game starts out at kind of a slow burn. It kind of starts out as like a 2D walking simulator. You're doing a lot of walking and listening to a lot of the story, the graphics and the animations and everything. It reminds me a lot of Fez. Fez had that really unique gameplay style where it combined 3D with 2D. Now, this game kind of does have some 3D elements here and there, but it's mainly animated 3D, 2D pixel, voxel things, no, it doesn't make sense. Anyways, the art style and the animation is top tier. I love it. It's one of the best parts of this game. Gameplay-wise, the game does evolve over time, and you start getting lots of powers. And what I really, really enjoy about this game is how it makes use of almost every button on your controller for combat. As you progress through the game, you get different kinds of power-ups, and now these power-ups assist you in dispatching certain enemies. Like, for example, if you hold left on the right joystick, you get the flame above your head that's a different color. I think it's the left is the blue flame. Now, what that does is if there's an enemy that has a blue flame over their head, you deal essentially double damage to that enemy, but they also deal double damage to you. So there's kind of like a hit or miss. And then if you hold right stick, once you unlock the power, you get the red flame. So you flip-flop between the blue flame, red flame, and it goes on and on and on with different colors and whatnot. But you fight these different enemies, and they come at you at the same time. So you'll be fighting a blue flame on your left and a red flame on your right, and having to switch between the two, and it just adds to the chaos. And then you also get sort of ultimate abilities and things like that, which I won't go into because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. But the way they did it was just great. It keeps the combat fresh. Now, what I don't like is how these fucking reviewers from Game Informer, from IGN, from Poly, from all these different outlets are saying that there's not enough gameplay style or gameplay elements in the game to keep it interesting. I wholeheartedly disagree, and I think that this game was too difficult for them to pull off because these reviewers, these journalists nowadays have the brain capacity and reflexes of an ostrich. So let's take a look at some of these. So we got the classic IGN. So they were talking about this, I guess they call it a speeder bike-esque level, which is similar to like Bit Trip Runner game. Everyone's played that. If you haven't, you should. So it's a side-scrolling type of mission where you press A to jump, and then you press RB or LB to boost forward, and you avoid obstacles, right? It's been in a million games before. But here they're saying, but here you're moving extremely fast, and the obstacles that you need to jump over are a little too hard to see. Even more frustrating is that in order to avoid taking damage from certain enemies, you have to boost through them. Oh my God! Let's take a look at Game Informer. So Game Informer says, jumping feels stiff, slippery, and floaty all at once. I'd often land on the ledge only for the sensitive movement to take me over it. Jumping wall to wall can take multiple attempts due to how wooden your character feels. Are you kidding me? You're fucking hard! I think I fell off the ledges a total of 2 times. And also, if you hit down on the left joystick when you're jumping, he literally just goes straight down. So these people have the coordination skills of a discombobulated newborn deer. So let's take a look at some more. You got Narita Boy review from PC Gamer. I kept constantly getting lost in Narita Boy's world, trying to remember all the names of the temples and the holy places, sacred grottos, let alone the names of special items and programs. Can get confusing. Are you kidding? This person has never played a metroidvania game in their entire f***ing life, let alone should they be allowed to review one. But anyways, guys, don't listen to these morons. These guys don't know what they're talking about. They don't know how to play video games unless there's like an easy mode. Let's think about the Cuphead journalist. Remember that guy? Yeah. That's that level of competency for these reviews. Anyways, Narita Boy, guys, is excellent. It's addicting. It's fun. It's challenging when it needs to be challenging. It's full of variety of gameplay. It's got everything that you need for a short indie game to take up a weekend of your time and just kind of really get sucked into the world of Narita Boy and everything that's going on. And there is a pretty deep story in there that I don't want to spoil. It is very confusing, so bring your A game and be able to put things together yourself, because this is not a hand-holdy game. This is a game that requires you to have a pen and paper to write down symbols, similar to the games like Fez, where you have to memorize certain symbols and things like that in order to progress in the world or get to the secret spots, find out where the next door that you need to open is. It's one of those thinky games, and if you don't like to think, if you have the brain capacity of a Thanksgiving turkey, then this game is not for you. So enjoy, guys. Please like, subscribe. Rich and I are doing our absolute best to keep you guys updated on the best games, but of course, we don't get reviews keys all the time, so it's hard to beat these other guys out before they shit all over a really good game, and we're doing our best to do that. So any support you guys can offer in terms of a like is great. Join our Facebook group in the link below, and we'll see you guys in the next Talk Gaming.